Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So, following our price slip on Monday and Tuesday, it would seem that the Vinco Ventures short squeeze effort, ticker symbol BBIG or BBIG, has found a bit of a footing and has clawed back some of those losses from early in the week. It has been a fairly eventful week and looks to be even more eventful heading into Friday, with a whole bunch of options actions set to ripple through the stock. So I want to have a little bit of a look at the short squeeze effort at the moment. However, I also want to try and highlight some potential misinformation I've come across regarding the Cryptyde stock dividend that I've seen in a few sources. I don't know how widespread the information is, but I want to try and clear it up a little in this video, and I want you guys to give me your thoughts on what you think it means. I'll speak more about it in the second half of this video, but for now let's dive straight into this short squeeze update. So in terms of updating our tracking of the short squeeze effort, not much has changed despite 2 days of upward movement via the stock. Tuesday and Wednesday pleasingly showed a good level of stability at our very important $7.80 price mark, which I think is a key point for preserving the short squeeze effort. Thursday did see a bit of a rally, and as we thought may be the case, this line I have drawn in at $9.50 has again proved to be a bit of a point of upward resistance. The stock did slide a little towards the end of Thursday. However, if the price can hold above the closing price of $8.30, then we quite possibly have much of Tuesday and Wednesday's short action caught out and potentially joining our existing short positions, indicated by these coloured squares. Though these would only be minorly distressed short positions, so it's generally only a minor changing to our chart. I will reshade this blue box in the coming days depending on what way the stock goes, particularly following Friday and the level of volatility I'm expecting from this trading session. But it is worth keeping in mind that BBIG did go on a bit of a slide in the last hour of trade. This is likely just some of the market conditions balancing out. Interestingly, despite the stock having a decent rally and pushing up to the $9.40 mark, it never fell into territory of being oversold in the RSI on the day. In fact, the RSI did finish the session in a neutral position, though slightly in oversold territory at 41. This could be a technical indicator for a further rally on Friday, but like I've said with this stock all along, I wouldn't count on it, especially with the added degree of volatility Friday's expiring options contracts will have for the stock. Unfortunately, the stock did continue to slide a little further in the aftermarket, shedding another 13 cents to finish the low volume session only modestly 4 cents above the previous day's closing price. So really, despite a decent rally that held around the $9 mark for most of the day, the stock did end up trading relatively flat. In terms of the short interest, there has been a bit of movement in the short starter over the last 2 trading days. There has been a general increase in the number of shares outstanding and a market cap increase that goes in line with the increase in stock price. However, the fact that the shorts borrow fee has decreased by a significant amount and the average days to cover has increased makes me believe that the recent dip has been seized upon by existing distressed short positions who have taken the opportunity to cover, therefore bringing the average short value closer to the stock price. So there was a bit of a blow to the overall short squeeze effort. However, like I've said, there will be some more turbulent times ahead, and I don't know what to expect with this one. BBIG has moved up on the fintel rankings from 4th to 2nd. However, it was kind of really 3rd when I last checked it on Wednesday. Personally, I sold out of my position during the rally yesterday. However, I repurchased more stock in the late session dip, back at around the $8.30 mark, so I'm kind of in the same position as I was before, although I have a few more dollars in my pocket. So I'm still invested in this one. It's only a 500 share position, just to see what happens the next few days. I'm keeping it small and generally using the stock as a trading opportunity rather than as a long-term hold because I really am not sure what to expect for the future of this stock. Now on to my misinformation, which I think I have come across. So if you have been following the stock, you would know that there is a potential stock dividend coming in the form of a company called Cryptyde, which is eventually planned to become its own separate listed entity under the ticker symbol TYDE or TYDE. Anyway, according to the company, Cryptyde is going to be a selective acquisitions company which will acquire what it deems to be groundbreaking technology in the blockchain space, as quoted in the Investor Place article up on screen. However, also in that Investor Place article, there is a claim that in order to receive the stock dividend, you have to be an owner of BBIG stock before Wednesday the 15th of September. However, I think they are actually wrong about this, because if you go to the Vinco Ventures slideshow, that's even linked in this article, you see a presentation that outlines the plan, however it does not provide too much information about the whole thing. But what is interesting is there is a timeline to have a look at. So according to this timeline, the 15th of September was a record date to be a proxy. What this normally means is that you have to be a shareholder before this day to vote. And as you can see, the shareholder meeting is scheduled for the 14th of October. And the 15th of October is the record date for the Cryptyde spin-off. So I think this means you still have another month to become a shareholder and to receive the stock dividend if it does go ahead. So I think Investor Place has kind of confused some people, because I have seen other people talking about this as well. I think the approval of this dividend will be based on how items are voted for at the shareholder meeting. And if you look at the preliminary proxy statement, i.e. what the shareholders are voting on, Proposal 4 is the big one, which is made up of a whole series of complex warrant transactions regarding mergers and partnerships. And here is the title for Proposal 4. The proxy statement does give much further detail on the warrants, but what could be a worrying sign is the dilution effect this would have on the stock when and if these warrants are converted into common stock. I will link the full proxy statement in the video description, but if you just read through this title, you can see 27 million shares at a price of $3.30, 30 million shares at a price of $4, 1 million shares at a price of $2.78, 20 million shares at a more pleasing $9. So what I can see from this is there is every possibility that these new ventures that shareholders will be voting on at this meeting will potentially be of great benefit to the company. But the amount of stock that could be purchased, particularly with the earlier warrants at such low stock prices, does worry me a little. Obviously, this is because it would have a significant dilution effect on the stock price, and in terms of the short squeeze, dilute the overall short interest. Something we saw this week with the Greenwich Generation reverse merger with support.com. Not saying that's going to happen. I think I and others need to have a deeper look into this a little bit more, especially considering if you want to see this short squeeze realized. Anyway, what do you guys think? Are we getting our Cryptyde stocks already? Or was Investor Place wrong on this one? What effect do you think all of the expiring options are going to have on the stock on Friday? Do you think there will be a dilution effect for the company with these warrants that are being voted on? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think it's good to have open discussions about this stuff because it could be a serious sign that we are ignoring with this stock. So I think this might be a case where it really pays to do your homework. Anyway, hopefully we can see the stock go to the moon before then. Until next time, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.